The first card you have for your past is the horrible, old, ugly devil. Nobody likes this card. Everyone hates this card. And sadly, I'm seeing a love situation around this card. But happily, this is a past love situation, so at least that's in the past. So you're over whoever this is. You're definitely, or you were at this time, you still are. You're definitely over them. You don't want to see them again. Obviously, I wouldn't want to see the devil again either. I'm not saying they're an evil person, but there's a lot of negativity around this situation, and you're over it. You've moved on from this. But even though you'd moved on from this, there was some kind of very negative energy. Excuse me. It was like their energy was still kind of hanging around you, or hanging around something. Yeah, it was hanging around something, I'm seeing, probably. This is going to sound a bit strange, but this energy might even be around an object. It might be around something that you kept on you. They might have given you a gift. They might have given you some jewelry, or they might have given you something that you had in your car or in your home or something like that. And you're going to think I'm really strange, but this is what I think, what I'm seeing as well. Energy can be around objects. It can stay in objects. And whether this is in an object or whether it's just a heavy atmosphere around you or around your home or whatever, if this resonates and this feeling still around you, try to move. Obviously, if this is around a thing, move the thing out of your house. Either give it back to the person, or give it away, or sell it, or throw it away. Anything, just get rid of that thing. And maybe even then move things around in your home to kind of create a different atmosphere, to change the energy around. And I know it's getting cooler, but maybe open the windows for a while, bring in some fresh air, some fresh energy. And if this isn't an object, try to do something different. Go out somewhere new, wear something new, go to a completely new place you've never been to before. Try to shake off this old energy by bringing in freshness and newness into yourself, into your life, into your home. That's what I'm seeing there. Sometimes you can have energy in old. If you've ever been given jewelry that was your grandparents or your grandmothers or something like that, which I have some, there's a lot of old. You can really feel the history in it sometimes. You can really feel the energy in it. And sometimes you can feel, or I can, that if the person's been through some bad things, sometimes you can feel that. Or if, it's more positive, you can feel that as well. You can sometimes feel the energy in the thing that was of that person, if that makes sense. Now, probably you think I'm crazy, but that's what I'm seeing. And sometimes when, if you've had someone that you've broken up with and they've left your home or something like that, that's when you need to really change things around in your home, move things around, fix things up. That's why when people have breakups, they change their hairstyle or they change their clothes, just to feel fresh and new, and it really does make a difference. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your past is the Ace of Swords. So this can be about clarity. This can be about knowing the truth. Again, freshness, fresh starts. This can also be about, having an understanding about something all of a sudden that you didn't have before. And, cutting through things or cutting out what you don't want anymore. So I'm seeing with this card that you were trying to cut out people temporarily, not forever and ever. It wasn't like you didn't like people and you want to cut them out forever, but you needed to cut some people out at this time, because I'm seeing you're very distracted. You're trying to do something, trying to get something done, but you had a lot of annoying little distractions, interruptions. You might have had people calling you, asking you to do things for you, coming into your door when you're trying to work. It might have been something like that, driving you crazy. So I'm seeing you, shutting doors to keep people out. You might have even locked some doors, or maybe you kind of ignored your phone or turned it off or something like that. You really needed a clear head. Because you had to concentrate on whatever this was. Now, you do take your work very seriously, and that's fine. That's absolutely good. That's a good thing to do. But And, you know, I'm seeing that you did get this time to yourself as well. You're very determined to get this time to yourself and to get this done. You might have actually, you might have actually upset some people in this process of trying to get all this done and shut these people out to get this done. I think, you know, you warned some people, you said to them, you know, I'm very busy, I can't talk to you right now. But I think you might have had, I'm seeing specifically one person whose idea of busy and your idea of busy obviously are totally different. This might be a retired person. This might be someone who doesn't actually work. It might be someone who has a very easy job or doesn't really do very much. And they might say to you, oh, I'm so busy. I went and got my nails done, and then I went to the park, and then I read a book. And you're like, well, no, I don't think so. So whoever this was, I'm not saying that's what they said, but whoever this was has that kind of idea of busy. And you have a normal person's idea of busy. I shouldn't say that, but you really truly were busy. And so they just didn't understand. You might have been, look, I can't talk to you now. I'm busy. Oh, but what about in 5 minutes? What about in an hour? And you're like, no, I'm going to have days to do this and get this done. And I can't talk to you until I'm finished. I just cannot. And so that's the kind of thing I'm seeing going on around you. But I think you got your way. You got this thing done in the end. And you might have had to have done something drastic like turn your phone off or something like that. So the last card you have for your past is the High Priestess. So yes, the woman of mystery. This is the spiritual woman who is very aloof and kind of looks a bit standoffish to other people. Maybe they can't get close to her. So that's what I'm seeing. This person saw you as someone who they couldn't get close to. And you didn't mean to be this way. You really didn't mean to be this way. You didn't mean to kind of be separate from other people, but that's how you had to be just so that you could get this thing finished. That's what I'm seeing. So it wasn't like you wanted to cut people out. You just needed to get this thing done. I'm also seeing a relationship around this. I'm seeing a relationship around this card. This could be a new relationship. Or maybe you've just, excuse that horn going on outside, or maybe you've just been, maybe you've just been talking to this person. It might be a very early relationship or not quite a relationship yet. It might have been heading toward a relationship. Now, the High Priestess, she's obviously the spiritual priestess. And I'm seeing that this person who you're around, this new person, might be picking up on this old energy as well, this old atmosphere. Now, it might be that they feel something's not quite right. They feel something's a bit not quite good enough, not quite there, you know, a bit different, a bit strange. They might not know what it is. They might not be able to articulate what it is. It's just a feeling. It's just a strange feeling. And this is what this kind of person picks up quite easily. So again, do whatever you can to get rid of this old energy, because there's a kind of a risk that the old energy of the old person might drag into or might come into the new energy, the new person, and you really don't want to do that. You don't want any of the old to come into the new, definitely not. And you're not meaning to do this. You're not meaning to keep this energy around you. It's not like you miss the person and you think about them and you keep their things they gave you and the old cards and the things. It's not like that. You don't want to do that, and you don't want to be with that person. But there might be something around that. It might be something big. It might be something big that you can't practically carry out. It might be something like that. You know, I don't know. It might be something that's, maybe they painted a wall and it would take a lot of time and effort to repaint that wall. It might be something like that. But I think whatever it is, it's worth the effort to just start changing it if you can. If it is something big, you might have to get someone to help you. You might have to get the new person to help you. I mean, that might be another way of getting rid of the old energy and bringing in the new energy. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that you have to get rid of whatever it is somehow. So the first card you have for your present is Judgment. So yeah, this new person, this new love connection, whoever this is, I'm seeing in the High Priestess, this is someone who's actually really good for you. They're really kind of aligned to the path that you're on. They agree with everything you want to do. I think, they're a really supportive person as well. And also they're a very intuitive person. They're quite a spiritual person. I could see that in the High Priestess. They might not be spiritual in the most kind of obvious sense. They might not go around chanting and lighting candles everywhere, but they might just have that inside them. This is something that happens inside you. It's not, spirituality isn't something that you can see on the surface. It's something that's inside someone. So this card can be about opening up to new phases, new changes, regeneration, all of that kind of thing. And I think this relationship, or this kind of connection you have, it really, really has the potential to transport both of you in a completely new phase of your lives. I mean, you both really are perfect for each other, and this can send you into something very permanent, very special. And I'm seeing that there might be some barriers, though. There might be some barriers there. One of them might be this old energy that's still around you. And so, yes, again, get rid of that if that's the case. The other is there's kind of a subconscious little barrier that you have toward trusting people. Now, not just this person, it's any person. That's what I'm seeing. It's kind of a little subconscious thing. It's probably always been there. I'm seeing that, you trust people up to a point, but then, it's like you always have one foot out of the door in case things go wrong. It's that kind of thing. It's like you want a kind of insurance or guarantee, and you're kind of never quite satisfied. You can never get that kind of insurance or guarantee. It's never quite there for you in your own head. So, even when you're happy with someone, you still feel a bit like that. So I'm just seeing that this person might have to even have persuaded you to even get you to talk to them, or even get you to the stage where you're at now with them. I see they probably knocked on the door quite a lot of times before you actually opened it to them. Now, this is a really nice person. This is a really special person. You can see this angel's blowing his trumpet. It's very loud, and it's like, yes, this is the one for you. This is the right person for you. That's what I'm seeing. And I think, you're like the people in this card. You have your arms up, you're happy, but you just need that push, because this is symbolizing people coming out and being ready to go up to heaven with this angel. That's what this is symbolizing. So you're ready, you're there, you've got your arms open, you're ready to be with this person, you're ready to travel with them, go with them. But there's something that's stopping you from actually ascending up into the heavens, floating upwards toward this angel. So yes, you want this to work, you really do. And I think you need to really try to work out how you're going to let your guard down, because there's that little barrier. Once that's let down, that will help you to fly upwards. And it's so happy up there. I think it's really worth it, especially with this person. This is a great person. So the next card you have for your present is the Moon, yes. Yeah, this is all about introspectivity, looking inside yourself, all of that kind of thing that I say all the time in these readings. So obviously, to be able to break down this barrier that you have, you're going to have to kind of do some internal work. You're going to have to take some time out for yourself, maybe meditate if this is what you do. Just get some time to yourself and think about why you have this lack of trust in people. Now, you might have to go back even as far as your childhood. You might have to go back and think about why that is. Obviously, this person in the Devil card, that might be them. Obviously, if they're in the Devil card, they're a bad person, or not a bad person, or there was a bad connection. It could be a bad person, or it's obviously something very negative that went on between you and that person in the Devil card. So that might be what it is, or that might be contributing to whatever it is. So yes, go back in time in your head, find out where this kind of comes from, because I'm looking at these watchtowers, and when you're up in a watchtower, you can look down and you can see everything. And that's what you need to do. You need to look back in time, you need to see everything that's happened. You need to kind of explore that and work out what that is. And that's the only way you're going to be able to change that. That's what I'm seeing. So, you can't change what's happened in your past. You can't change that. But you can change your feelings toward what happened in your past. And you can change what you think about what happened in your past. You can really do that yourself. You really, really can. You really can. And it's a good thing to go and change your perceptions of the past. You know, if you look at these movies, there are a lot of movies that say, oh, never, all about going back in the past, these science fiction movies, and they say, oh, don't change what's happened in the past. That'll change what happens in the future. And this is what you do have to do. You have to go back. You have to change your perceptions of what have happened in the past, whatever happened. And that will definitely change your future. You can do it. You can do this. So the last card you have for your present is the Six of Swords. So look at this. This new person's really trying. They're really trying to help you to do this. As I say, they had to knock on a lot of doors for you to open them. They had to really kind of persuade you to even get to this stage with them. So, they're trying to steer you out of your old mindset into a new mindset, like the man steering the woman in this boat. And, they're trying to help you. They care about you. I can see that. But the only person who can actually truly make this change and break down this barrier is you. They can try and do whatever they like, and they are trying. They care about you. They love you, actually. But you need to do this work yourself. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your future is the Two of Cups. So yes, love connection, very beautiful one. And the man in this card's reaching out to the woman. So your partner or the person in this love connection, they definitely want to reach out to you. They want to help you. They want to hold the hand out. They want you to take the hand, and they want to pull you up toward them. They want to take you up toward them and out of your old ways, out of your old negative thoughts and all of these things that are kind of holding you back. That's what I'm seeing. And they want to help you. I'm seeing that all through this reading. So there's also a kind of a wreath, not a kind of a wreath, but there is a wreath of red roses around this man's head in this card. And red roses obviously symbolize love, so they love you. It also symbolizes manifesting. So what they want is a future with you. That's what they're trying to manifest with you. There's a lot of passion here as well with these red roses and also with this beautiful winged lion. So I'm also seeing that, a small part of you might not want to lose your head, fall too quickly. That's that barrier that I'm seeing. And there might be some kind of work barrier that you're putting in the way, because I see that you're working a lot in the Ace of Swords. You're a very busy person. So it might be that you're trying to put work in the way of things, because this woman in this card has a laurel wreath around her head, and that symbolizes victory. So you want victory in your work. You're trying to progress in your work. And, your work means a lot to you. I can see that, and I can see how serious you are about your work again. But it's all over this reading, actually. But I don't see why you need to think of that as a barrier or put that in the way. It might be that you're subconsciously doing that because you have this kind of fear of getting close, of getting super close. So it might be that you're saying to this person, oh, I can't see you on this day. I'm busy. I can't do that. I'm busy. I can't do this. I'm busy. Now, you are busy, but don't put your work in between you as a barrier. And don't put things in between you as a barrier. I don't think this person would ever try to stop you from working, slow you down. I'm seeing all through this, they're supportive of you. So I think the only way to kind of deal with this is to get back, as I was seeing in the Moon card, and try and kind of work out where this barrier comes from. Because this is a good person, and I can see that you really care about them as well. The next card you have for your future is Temperance. So again, I'm seeing in this card that you're spiritual as well. So maybe you have that in common with this person. It might be, sorry about that horn, I'm trying to kind of ignore it. I think, you're spiritual, and I think it might be, you might have spiritual work that you do. Your work might have a spiritual aspect to it, or it could be that you do spiritual work. It could be inside of your job, or it could be outside of your normal work. It could be something different. It might be a hobby, might be something you just like doing. What I'm seeing in this card is that I think you might have really fought really hard for your spirituality and your spiritual identity, if that makes sense. And you guard this very, very closely. And you might fear that you might lose that as well if you lose your head and get too involved with this person. But you won't do that. Sorry, I had a hiccup then. You won't do that because I'm seeing this person's very spiritual themselves. They support you. They're a spiritual person. They're an understanding person. They want you to come and join them. There aren't really any barriers. You might just be throwing them up or seeing them because you're too afraid to get close to them. That's what I'm seeing. And, I think you had to really grow, because if you look at this card, this beautiful angel's growing, really, really growing, and going upwards, descending, or ascending, not descending, ascending upwards. And you had to grow out of maybe some old perceptions of what you should or shouldn't do, maybe in your past. Maybe you had a background or a family that didn't believe or like this kind of spirituality that you have now. And you had to rise up out of this, like this beautiful angel. I think also because you had to move away from either what family's beliefs were or something like that, you had to separate yourself from all of that. That might have made you independent as well, and you might be very fiercely independent. And your independence might be another thing that makes you quite hard to get close to. That's the other thing I'm seeing there. But I think this person's worth getting close to. This person is really worth getting close to. So again, what I was saying in the moon card, try to get past that barrier, try to work out what the blocks are and try to get rid of them, try to eliminate them. The last card you have for your future is the 10 of Pentacles. So yes, this person wants a stable future with you. They want to grow with you. They might want to start a family with you at some time. There's a family in this card. And, I won't repeat myself again, but how are you going to be able to do that with them? In this card, I'm seeing again, is a great big watchtower. So again, go back, look to your past, look to what is giving you this block, look to why you don't trust people. Go back, think about this, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to have this future with this person, build up with this person. And, do what you can to do this. Please do what you can to do this, because I think I see that there is an amazing connection between you. There really is. And it has the potential to be so much more. That's what I'm seeing in this whole reading, actually.